Testing, testing. Okay, cool. Okay, so I guess I'll start off with what I've been working on. For the past several months, I've been working on the comic mannequin as well as Out of the Park, the video game. But I do have to like buff up my resume a bit, so I've been learning React Native in order to put on resume and also to get my hands on software development outside of this game development. So for the past months, I have been studying React Native, going from absolutely nothing to being able to at least bullshit my way through some type of software development progress at this point. So let's see. So far, I've watched a few tutorials and some other aspects of React Native, and I was able to create a to-do application, which is like bare minimum, like an AI can do that at this point. But I'm trying to make it my own because I want to make it. If I make it my own, it gives me the motivation to actually study React Native. So currently, let me see if I can list out what it is I have so far. I'm gonna move into the folder that I'm trying to put up the application to my Android emulator here. Oh, okay. Should I be concerned about what that was? Should be updated. Okay, I'll do that. I should do that. Should be. Okay. Version. Excellent. Let me just fling stuff at the wall quick to see if anything still works. NPX or NPM? No, NPM is the one that handles the package manager. On that button, I'm going to see if I can Google how to update these packages because this doesn't happen on it, so I don't have it on my list. Okay, yeah, there it is. Oh, what? Did that? What I did was different from what actually happened. What I did was different from how you actually supposed to do it, but did it work? Kinda. Like spoke up update, but okay. Oh shoot. But I have to update React Native basic storage. install that at ELPIS. I was supposed to do something like that with Xbox as well, but apparently what I did before was okay. Now let's try putting up the application. I could alternatively just ignore it. It's a warning, not something gonna break the code, hopefully. How a big reactive I could give this 2 more minutes of searching before I go back to code. So, what I've been doing is just skip this. Run npx expo install this. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Which is a fix command. Well, let's try it. npx expo install at React Native async storage / async storage at 2.2. Fix. Now, before I run this, let me actually look up the source I have, because that seems pretty specific. npx is supposed to be for executing stuff, while npm deals with package managers. So I'm kind of confused about doing npx here. Sharing between pi file, that is a problem. Create a new project with a pi file. Same. Okay, hold on. Go kitten. Add version map for SDKs if I am running 3. I thought that would do lazy reactor things. Should I degrade them? March 7th. March 7th, when? What year is this? Okay, just run this. Up to date. Start one SD. That makes my install up to date. Packages. Looking for funding. Okay. Issues. Making changes. So I guess what happens. There's a new feel when it comes. This is something new I'm experiencing when dealing with React Native Expo compared to when I was coding with Unity. That I'm just dealing with, like, not even code, but rather like a lot of configuration and whatnot. And I guess I have this phobia. It's not an issue. I'm pretty sure I could just go straight into coding now, but I can't shake the feeling that this is gonna compile and break sometime down the line for some reason. I feel like I want to understand why I'm getting warnings now before becoming an issue later. The thing is, that's going to take time, and time is not what I have a lot. Usually, if it's taking too long, I'll just ask AI to try to solve the problem for me and learn from there. But I don't want it to be the first thing I go to. I don't want AI to be the first thing I go to. Okay. Let's just try running it. Hopefully the warning has been resolved. If not, forget about it. I'm just going to go into the application. Yep, still there. Okay, forget about it. We're just going to go to application. So here we have the Android emulator, right? I'm going to see if I can run this for Android. Connect to your light phone, Android simulator. Setting up the simulator, any environment, took an entire day to look. Like, this past month has been a learning trip. Like, ooh, Android emulator, path, having to use pathing and whatnot. Okay, well, regardless. So what I have so far is I have environment here. I'm running React Native with Expo, so the tabs I'm using is inside this tabs route folder. This tab route group here, and these are a bunch of the pages I have. And outside of it, you have layout TSX and modal TSS that handles like other screens outside. All these screens are within this app folder. The app folder is where the majority of the shenanigans goes in, stuff like that goes in. So if I have 4 screens, a minimum 4 screens. We have calendar, we have lobby, we have settings, we have test sites, and they're over here as well. And the reason we have 4 screens appearing is because in layout, right here, I'm showing off these 4 screens: calendar, lobby, settings, and test site. There's 3 other screens: index, explore, and pillar view screen that are not shown here because I had href set to no for the options section. Right? As long as it has the options parameters have the href null option, then it will show up at the bottom of the tab, which is what I'm aiming for here. I also have this button that could go to the pillar view being the pillar view screen. I don't want it to be accessible through the bottom screen. I want it to be accessible through a button for the time being, just for the moment. So if I go to pillar view here, this is the to-do list shenanigans going on. Now, before, in a previous project, I had a functionality working. I have not set up the functionality here yet. So, right now, I'm just trying to get the screens to be laid out correctly, like presented correctly. which is more of a CSS situation. So I want to create a calendar screen, and a screen representing a calendar for a certain month. So I'm gonna click Studio Paint so I can create a diagram of what it is I'm trying to go for here. Where is my glove? I'm not gonna draw too much on it. Nope, wait. Found it. Okay, cool. So I wrote down the diagram on one of my notebooks. Let's find it a bit real quick. Okay. So you have the calendar screen, right? Okay, put keyboard down. What is up with the lining? Hold on. Right, I'm not on my art account. Okay, so the pressure sensitivity does work, it's just not working on CS Paint. All the issues, so maybe it's not the pen. And no, because this is good work. Tap down. Enable with a sync. No choppiness. Oh, okay, that's why. Windows Ink was disabled. So. There we go. Right, I had an issue when I was connecting my tablet to my computer, but there was also a third monitor attached, so I had 3 screens on. But sometimes it would do choppiness happen when I'm drawing, so I'm trying to turn it off the Windows Ink, and it did not help the issue. But apparently logging out and logging in did. I don't know what happened there, but I forgot to put Windows Ink back on. So, regardless, okay, that's fixed. So, as I was saying, let's assume we had this as our screen, right? On the top, we have four sections. On the bottom is the tabs we have over here. On the top should be 3 buttons. On the left is the left arrow, the right will be the right arrow, and the middle should be something that displays the current month and year. And then we have a 7 by 7 grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6. Better. Okay, so from here to here should be the calendar. This should be the current week being represented. Say that this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And say that we're on Monday, then this should be the one highlighted. And this should have a mini detail of that specific day. What these boxes contain, we could talk about it later. But right now, I just want to focus on setting up the layout of the box. So, you have an entire viewport of Flex 1, right? And it's split into 4 sections. B. And then we have C and the tabs. Tabs should already be done. The way Expo works is that as long as it's inside the tabs folder, like here, the tabs will always be on the bottom, unless I specify otherwise. So, I just have to create a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 row, 7 column box of little boxes. Okay, so how do I go about doing that? Well, let's assume we have which one was it? Scale. Okay, hold on. We set up my settings. Okay, I want down to my scale. Give me a second. Oh no, there was definitely a shortcut. CT. Okay. opacity, for scale and rotate. There we go. Okay, so let's look at A, right? A is going to be flex direction horizontal. Because we have three elements: the left arrow, the right arrow, and the month year situation. This is going to just my there's only okay, so it goes horizontal because we have three elements here, right? I can work on the padding later. B is a 7 by 7 grid. I guess I'll just make like it'll be a flex direction. Hold on, this septic is kind of fun. Let's say we have this, right? Like a B row that handles one. In fact, I'll just name it the B. I just need a different flex direction would be horizontal. Good. Right, we're gonna have like a B-week style, and within that, sorry, this B-week style would be flex direction vertical. With this B-week style would be an object that is within a bigger object that's going to organize these objects flex direction vertically. We're gonna have 7 of these. There's gotta be a better way to do this, but brute forcing this through the brute force method is like the best way I can think of. but I will want to say that I want 6 of these and 1 of these. Because this 7th row is going to be special compared to the upper 6. This is going to reference the current row. As for what's inside the B week, B day. The outlines for each of these boxes. Let's say width, height, whatever these are, should be like the same. And then we're gonna see there are fonts in there. I don't know, like keep it the same font size as well. Justify content within each of these boxes. Am I putting this style correctly? What is style? Semicolons. Just click on it. I want it to be at the top right. Oh wait, the top left. How do I do that? Flex stuff. I think it's just at the top left by default. Okay. This is going to be important too. Whether or not a B-Day box is purple or not depends on whether or not there's a date available for it, or if there's like a pillar for it, right? So what we're gonna do here I guess it's dynamic. Okay. Alright, so that'll be changed outside of CSS. Well, for the time being, let's assume they're purple. In fact, let me just make 3 different styles. No. There are 3 different subgenres of it. The only difference is color. One be yellow, blot be pink, and full will be green. I'll swap that around actually. Oh, the font color. Background colors be purple, whatever, and the font color will change each time. Or maybe it's just color, who knows? I'll have to look into that. I'll have to test that when I get to it. So if it's green, I'm gonna use complementary colors, maybe dark red. If it's pink, dark green, yellow, dark blue, font color, no, it's purple, I guess. Dark yellow, maybe gold, maybe. So that's for the boxes. These are all going to be pressable components, by the way. We can 7. We can send the B style, all of in the B style. Beast. Right. And the B style will have flex direction being columns, because we want these weeks to be gone downwards. There should be no gap between them. Margin padding, we'll deal with that. Hold on a second. Admittedly, I do have a driving lesson to go to. It's gonna take me a couple hours to get there. So I'm feeling drowsy, so I'm not going to get my sleep. So I'm just gonna keep on going until I'm like for 2 more minutes. I'm gonna bring it on down the super stuff like that. Okay, so like I'm showing comma. Just be you should get like details about what's going on. A day, 3 sections. Morning, actually, morning, evening, the day. Get 3 months. Let's assume we're in C, and it gets 4 months. Sorry, 4 months. Style C1, style C2. Style C3 and style C4. And you'll just this and style C0, since C0 is the special one. C will be flex direction row, column. C0 flex direction row. Then it's C1, C2, C3. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I should there's gonna be elements within them. Alright. C0 is gonna have bigger followed by something describing what to do during the morning. Stars 2 and stars 3 have similar See, this is why I need that nav because I wrote this pink. It should not be another day. It should be N for noon, and it should not be Y. It should be E for evening. M is for morning. label, the width and height should be equivalent. Date section description. The width and height should be the same as well. At least the height should be the same as label. Say it should be 2050. Okay, hold on a second. If I go into my start TSM clear, because in pillar view, to segment these percentages, the header is date info equal this background color. There we go. 30 and 65%. Let's say the width is, say, 20% and 70% respectively. The height is a flat 20. Yep, that's a good thing. So that's it for C. And the last one, text, is already done. So that's what I'm gonna try working on today. Okay, I do have to prepare by taking a nap and going to a driving lesson. So that's gonna be it for now. Alright, see you guys later.